life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me. A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Restaurant? That place isn't even worth mentioning.
Like a lamb to the slaughter.
I'll protect us. Our bond is strong. Take flight. Yeah.
Law of the jungle. Where do you think you're going?
Ahora. Everyone hold hands. Let the show begin. Take flight. I see everything. This way. Take care of. Ow. A ver. Look, there's someone over there. Good idea. Let's.
Wait. You're...
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holds up?
No. And that's the problem. Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life. Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply... There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
Loaded with.
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were The symptoms are identical. Looks...
Huh? What?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your... Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Oh, now that you mention it.
Correct. The academia, it isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of King Deshret's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholar. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt in, as well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends. This scheme has one further advantage to the academia. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death all those years ago. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to, even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of King Deshret and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple...
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line, but there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that...
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, an exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people.
Resource?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted and...
Extracted? You mean, can't knowledge...
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out.
So, the human brain... Nope.
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule, or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him.
Hyman's a little confused. Can they...
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer. That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. However, I can't help but wonder. The academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge. But I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like...
You mean, you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge. But I'm not particularly interested in gods. So extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of...
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Of course. The academia's actions run contrary to their... Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If this matter needs to be corrected. Just like fixing a typo in a...
Wait! Didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those...
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for...
Probably not. Paimon's not...
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly... The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That does...
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
Though I must say, I quite enjoy this. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressive.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. He won't last long if we leave him here. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru village.
we're back.
You must be tired. You should rest and take...
What's the situation?
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather. Nevertheless,
So, at one point in time, the abandoned
Yep, pretty much.
their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru village. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village. Almost...
Yeah.
We may have a mole in our midst. One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to...
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue. Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
It is simply a logical inference.
So what you're saying is... interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious...
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus op, if you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that
The academia is monitoring me?
it's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special every so often comes on Yagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia enters new information into... I remember seeing the thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Maham.
You're saying that the academia entered my information in... But what's the point in doing that? My act...
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow.
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact...
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything that... Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a...
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to get...
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after...
Oh, so that's how it is! If the academia is trying to avoid Sino, then this... Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going. I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! Please, wait! I want to go...
You want to go too?
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll...
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to... Paimon feels like we're missing...
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep. One time, Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So, we have to dig it up?
These are likely fragments of an academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that...
Is this what we're searching for?
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry. Your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means...
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Ow. Ow.
Voices, over there. It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do.
I knew it.
Tia? Why would you? Tia!
Hey, what are you doing?
Huh?
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here.
This complicates things.
You've betrayed Aru village?
So, this is the great General Mahamat. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself. I have the means and...
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone.
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret. Whether I live by the edge of the sword...
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring King Deshret back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? You're...
Yes. We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the
Ridiculous. Think about it. The academia can... If you still don't believe me, then try asking these two men. They're also against the academia.
They look more like pawns of the academia to me. Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor.
It's impossible to... Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the academia? These people have no value as bargaining chips. But I could be These scholars were exiled from the academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade
Precisely. Any wise
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars. Perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means.
You are the scribe. What do you have against...
Not all desert dwellers believe in King Deshret, and the same applies to the academia. Why must all knowledge seekers...
You academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall.
Not so fast. I'll hate them. Do you stand by everything you just said?
I never make empty
You know you're making a dangerous decision.
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't
We've known each other for years.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right... Come on, Raman. Don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking...
An arm from the flame? But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd...
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Raman,
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
You don't have to go this far.
that's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Dia! Run!
Stop!
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own. You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave.
Phew. I was really counting on him not go-
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm. Okay, I'm sorry.
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal if it came down to it.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself? Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
Nice. Ahora. You're all here so early.
Looks like we have everyone here. Isak?
I'll watch from a safe distance. Dia.
Okay, let's go then.
Dia, wait.
What's the matter?
I heard that you were quite reckless yesterday. No more of that today.
Fine.
Ah, toma por culo. Oh.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems. I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often. How greedy of me. A blade is like a tea leaf. Only those who sample it many times can appreciate its true qualities. So this is a day in the life of the traveler. I'm learning more about you all the time. I'll protect us.
Our bond is strong.
They got here before.
Uh-oh. Is it because Paimon overslept by 5 minutes and held everyone up?
Is everything ready?
Absolutely. You brought fewer people than I imagined.
Bring him over.
Grandpa!
Why is there only one of them?
Raman, I've always thought of you as a man of his word.
It's a one-for-one exchange. And let me put it this way. Agreeing to any kind of deal with the Dendro Archon's people is all...
You stay right there!
Playmate! What do you think you're doing?
Don't you see this blade here? You coward! Why are your hands shaking? Wait a second! It's a earthquake!
Paimon's dizzy.
This day's going
The sand dune collapsed. I saw an energy field. The village it glowed green with dendro. Just like you said, it may well have... the Dendro Archon.
Grandpa? Grandpa?
Hey, look around you.
Did there used to be a
It seems that when the sand dune collapsed, it exposed these underground structures. The symbols on the gate belong to King Deshret's civilization. This structure must... It could have been an underground palace in the
Oh, a miracle. Praise King Deshret!
What's he doing here? And
They must have fallen down here with us. Most of them seem in really bad shape, except for him.
Mind your head.
No, this isn't the time for conflict. Our
he's not actually gonna go.
As it happens, I want to take...
What are you doing?
Don't you think it's curious? 1 minute, Lesser Lord Kusanali's power protects us from... 2 major deities are vying to showcase their power to us. It would be...
Paimon thought you weren't interested in God.
Indeed. In my view, gods are just a higher form of living being. New discoveries are always worth investigating. Whether they have...
Raman, what are you gonna do about your men?
I'll just let them lay here. King Deshret will...
It's full of life here. This defies comprehension. It looked...
Yeah, and there's so many plants. It's so pretty.
Sir Rahman,
Huh?
do you see another Rahman?
Are you mocking me?
Interpret it however you want. But there's something I'd like to draw your attention to. While the...
Whatever you say. It's not like...
There's nothing to be angry about.
It does seem kind of strange. If that's true, then we might have...
Let the show be dissipate. Whirling snow. My apologies. I'll protect us. Our bond is strong. Embrace the ice. Whirling snow. So rude.
All right, it's my turn.
Let the show begin. Dissipate. My apologies. I see everything.
Our bond is strong.
Yeah.
A blade embraces its duty.